on Zuku Channel 44 and Channel 20 on Movie Platform.
Life is all right. So yesterday we were celebrating Africa Freedom Day, and I think there were a lot of issues that were actually raised in terms of what we can do better, especially as a country. Issues to do with promoting our very own local entrepreneurs, and issues to do with also freedom when it comes to financial issues and how we can create better opportunities in terms of that. Now, this morning we are joined by Mr. Barry, and of course, he is a familiar face right here on The Breakfast Show. He always gives us some ideas to do with business and how you can start up your own business. How long can it take one to become a CEO of a company?
Yes.
Because it takes something to be written down, ideas, and then you put it into practicals now. So he's here today, and we'll be addressing a very important topic, which I think
Needs to be talked
there are a
about.
lot of answers that should be given as to why do we always have to negotiate prices on the market when it comes to local produce.
Especially on the black market.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you, Rhoda?
Good, thank you. Welcome to our breakfast shop.
Welcome.
Okay, how was your day yesterday?
How did you
Yeah.
celebrate it?
It has been busy, like I must say. Yeah, because there are fears, people, you have to watch what you are dressing.
Yes.
There's a certain party regalia, you're afraid that maybe they might stone you. So it has been great, I must say. It depends with what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Overall, what do you think is the mentality with us, the locals, when it comes to, purchasing local products?
Firstly, I think one of the things that we need to look at is, are we there in terms of the product and service that we are producing on the market as local ones? Are we competing with the foreigners? For example, if you go in malls at the moment, you will see that most of the foreigners' products and services, or shops, let me put it in that way, are existing at the moment. If you find a local one, maybe it's in fashion, and usually in fashion, maybe we are not putting our own, maybe we are still competing with the same, we are offering the same products that we are importing the same things from the same source, and you know that foreigners have got a bigger capital, so they will import more goods and maybe slightly more quality than ours, unless if we are saying, are we not producing our own, using our own material? I think that's the other way. The other way, maybe it's customer service. We haven't done much in terms of customer service as local ones. And customer service, the way I look at it, it's what to tell you what is in the organization. The way you receive me here at QTV, it will show me the work culture which has been created by yourselves or the management. So even from afar, if I don't know much about the philosophy, the what you do, but the way you've accepted me, the way you've received me, it will give me a whole picture of the whole company.
Yes.
Even before I go into finances, how much you make, what, I'll know that this is the way this company is all about. So maybe we need to improve on customer service. May I not say maybe, we need to improve on customer service as local ones. And secondly, we also need to know a few basic things. Retention of customers is key. There are those customers that we can say they buy in bulk in our businesses. We need to follow up on them, because we are not the only one that are offering the same service. There are others, remember, that are offering. So we need to up our game and make sure that we follow up on those customers. So quality, customer service. The other thing is the attitude of us customers who are consumers. If I look on the other race, for example, maybe the Indians, for lack of better terms, you find that when he sets up the shop, I just live near an Indian, he has set up a shop. Most of all the Indians go there to buy them. They support one another. So the other thing I think as Zambians that we need to improve on is supporting your local products. How do we see that when you wear or when you put on a clothes from the local product, you will see yourself as inferior, or you don't have that confidence. So, or for example, if I open a restaurant and I go and eat from my fellow Zambian, will I feel that I haven't eaten at that particular time? So we need to have that change of mindset where we need to begin to support one another as Zambians, just like our other culture are doing it. I will give an example. There's one hospital, I won't mention its name for lack of it's not marketing.
Yes.
It's a Russian who has opened that hospital. It's a big hospital in Lusaka. But you find that he's not a medical doctor, the owner. He's just doing other things, but he has passion for medicine. So he opened up a big hospital, and then he has put a Russian, a fellow Russian. So all the Russians are going there. And he has put an Indian as an administrator. Fellow doctors, he has put Ghanaians, Zambians, what he has balanced all the races. So ideally, his approach is that I'll cater all the races. A Zambian will feel comfortable to approach a fellow Zambian doctor. An Indian will feel comfortable to be looked at by a fellow. So he has that whole concept. So maybe we need to up also our skills, the way we handle our business.
Yes.
We need to invest a lot in knowledge management. The knowledge, I'm not talking about getting a paper. It's just through observation. If you observe that, for example, this person does things like this, you go about it and begin to implement the same thing in your business. Believe you me, I've served on a certain position where you find that we put more effort when you are being paid for in a company than when we are running our own business. So ideally, we need to put extra effort in our own business, the same way when we are working as an employee for a certain organization, whether as a financial director, a CEO, or a human resource director. We put more effort, and we are not scared of being fired to go early for work. Yet when you are running our own business, we tend to relax. So we don't put extra effort.
Yes.
So we need to improve on that and build on that skill. The same knowledge and the philosophy, we take it to our own business. Believe you me, we'll go further.
Okay. Now, why is it that most of the times when us Zambians, we want to support our own locally produced products, there are some aspect of us doing negotiations when we have to buy certain things on the market?
That's why I'm saying it has to do with us consumers. If we begin to accept and acknowledge that, let me answer it in this way. There are more opportunities at the moment because of coronavirus.
Yes.
For example, if you look at the horticulture in the agri system, you find that if you go in the ShopRite right now, potatoes, fruits, those things, maybe oranges, bananas, they are scarce because Corona, what has done, it has closed the borders. South Africa is no longer exporting more goods to Zambia. So it's an opportunity for us to take advantage as local agriculture businesses to start producing more. But I know at the moment, because that's when they are ripe, the expenses are much bigger. So it's up to you to say, what opportunity can I see on this market? For example, I'm giving an idea that there is more demand at the moment of carrots. What you find that they are scarce. Bananas, which were costing 1 kwacha, they are costing 2 kwacha 15 ngwe. So you see that there are less people that are producing because you are no longer being financed. So you as an agriculture entrepreneur, you have to say, okay, this time around I need to produce more of bananas and oranges. So you need to study the market, which time of year is more marketable, is more at demand. Then you take advantage of that. In the same way which you are saying, we are not doing it more. We are doing the same things as foreigners are doing. And remember, us as individuals, we don't have much money where we can advertise, market. So you need to take advantage of few things which foreigners are not taking advantage. Maybe language, because you are able to communicate easily with a fellow Zambian. Why can't you market it in a local language? And people feel comfortable, even those that are not much educated, they'll come to your shop. If you go to Tanzania today, you find that people just learn how to speak the language and how to calculate. They know how to make change. It's you as a Zambian or a foreigner to go and speak their language. So you are compelled. If you know Swahili, it will be easier for you to communicate. So why can't us take advantage of small things?
So is there a thing like because you know that you look at a store and you just feel like this is too much for me, and probably when I go there they'll be speaking English which I can't even understand. So do people feel like that sometimes?
Yeah, they feel sometimes. If you find that if as a Zambian I see a fellow Zambian, instead of me communicating, because I need to know the audience. Language is about knowing your audience. I can't speak in English when I'm speaking in Mandevu. I know that people will think, who is this guy? I can't go and speak in Mrs. I start speaking, maybe if I go and speak Nyanja or another language which they relate with. So you study the market, which people am I speaking to. Then you relate. If you see that it's a Chinese, you speak. If you're able to speak Chinese, speak to that. And you see that they will bring more people, they will feel comfortable. So it's small things that we are not doing fine, that we need to improve on. That we're able to make us to be unique. Remember, competition is about being unique. If you wear the same clothes, because of our different shape and color and complexion, maybe on you it will look better because you are well shaped. If I wear the same thing, it will not. So definitely people will look at you or you. But if we do different things according to our strength, you find that we move fast, and you do well in your skill.
Okay. All right. Now, what challenges do you think comes in place in terms of us not being at a level where we are thinking of more exports than more imports in the country?
We are at a level that the way an atmosphere has been created, it starts from the families. Because every value, the way I look at society and the life, it starts from the way I was raised up. I know most of us, we are growing up maybe with single parents, so you don't have that guidance. Sometimes, but when you grow, you reach a stage where you can make a decision. You need to observe and change. And maybe we are not speaking a lot about our own products as a government, as people that are in entrepreneurship. We need to begin to support one another. The more we talk about it, the more people begin to change their mindset and to begin to value ourselves. And secondly, we need to up our service, quality service. If we as produce want to compete, we need also to up our quality, because it's about quality. I can't price something which is less quality, I price it more. People will not buy it, they will say it has no value. So we need to add value to our lives, and adding value to our lives, it starts with you as yourself. You make a decision. I want to be better. I want my shop to be better than the other person. What is it that I need to put in place? Definitely you transform your own. The other thing I think which we are lacking, us as the owners, we are not taking part in knowing the industry. Because once you know the industry, when your employee is not doing fine, you are able to provide that leadership or guidance to say, because you know you've worked it there. Try to work it there. As you see that the business, you've learned mistakes here and there, then you come out, then leave someone who can take over, and you observe from afar. Like that, you're able to go far. And us, we need to improve on that. It's also the other thing which I was talking about. Zambians, we need to accept that we need to support our local industry. We don't need to feel that when you eat kandoro, you eat different food, it's something that is not good. Yeah, we need to do that. The other thing, I think the banks at the moment, they're unwilling. I was talking to someone, we were pushing for something at work, but we are failing to meet because we're a big organization. But small scale businesses, it's worse than them. Remember, when if an individual, I'm going to look for a loan, because it's whatever we are talking about is linked to money. You cannot do everything until you have money to pump into your business. So how are we going to revitalize in this economy which is scarce unless you go to a bank? So if you can't go to a bank, the other way you can grow your finances is to go into partnership or go into a cooperative. You come together with one or two guys to say, guys, we have got this skill. Why can't you put 100 kwacha? I put 100 kwacha. Together we can form and agree on paper that this is how much we'll share. You plan. So you can grow that by doing partnership, because you cannot compete with foreigners. They have got more money. So if you come together as individuals or as Zambians, like through corporations, through partnerships, joint ventures, you're able to grow your capital and able to share ideas.
Okay. Now, we've heard a lot of people say, because it's a local product, sometimes entrepreneurs tend to exaggerate,
Prices.
Probably you find that in a foreign shop, somebody's selling it at a very cheaper price, but you find that a local entrepreneur would double the price. Whereas you start questioning yourself, even if it's supporting local products, this is a little bit too exaggerated. Do you feel like sometimes we're in a rush to make double profits?
Yeah, we are in a rush. That's why I was saying we need to take part into a business as owners, so that we understand what is there. So our plan should be long term. it shouldn't be short term. If you go for short term, this is why you find that most shops are closing. Most businesses, they start today, after 4 weeks they close, because they went into quick money, and quick money in business doesn't work. You need to make small, and you learn the business, you grow it bit by bit. Colgate Palmolive, I was giving an example to one guy. Why has it been successful? Many Colgate's type of toothpaste have come on board, but they have failed to surpass Colgate.
Exactly.
Because Colgate, they have understood the business and the market. So you need to understand the market. There are rules and the regulations which govern that business. So you need to understand and know the customers. What do they want? And you keep on adapting. You study. I'll give an example, BlackBerry and the Samsung. BlackBerry, they were telling them, guys, let's change. People want smartphones, touch screen. They say, no, the cave ones are okay. And WhatsApp was unable to work on BlackBerry because they only want BBM. And that time, people wanted WhatsApp because it was cheaper. So they say, you cannot use WhatsApp because WhatsApp can fit on every phone, irrespective it's BlackBerry, it's what it can fit. But BlackBerry didn't want to adapt to accommodate. And they didn't adapt and change. And those Samsung took over the business, and today they have closed. Nokia is not doing fine because they never adapted. The key, what I'm saying is, you need to study what is prevailing on the market. What do people want now? Not what they wanted yesterday. And begin to change. You need to be flexible. You change and adapt, because change is difficult, but you need to adapt for the sake of making money.
Okay, so in short, you know, a lot of young entrepreneurs probably really need to study the business and how exactly, you know, like you said, sometimes it's not even about going to school, having a paper, but you really need to know the market and what exactly people want. This is why I feel like sometimes as young entrepreneurs, we don't really understand what's on the market. At the end of the day, we just want to sell
Whatever is
and make
trending.
profit. Yeah.
Well, also adding up on that one. Now, what do you think we can, a direction we can take for us to, you know, reach a level where we can say, okay, these are our local produce, and we're proud of it, and we're selling at this price, and we're not going to overprice them. Which direction can we take for us to start competing with foreign exports?
Yeah, first of all, more people need to come on board. Need to go into agriculture, need to take up the tourism sector. I've got a friend in Livingstone. I was studying with him at high school. He called me to say, offered me some shares. Can you buy shares in this? Me, I don't know how that business, tourism sector, is a tour guide. Then he was telling me, can you buy shares and put shares in it so that we can grow the business? We discussed it off record. One thing that I saw, the guy is doing fine. And he was telling me, he was working okay for a certain safari business, but he decided to go solo because he saw that it was more comfortable for him. At first it was difficult, but this time he's doing fine. And he tells me, this is what is happening, at least I'm improving. Financially, things are coming up. So we need to come up more on board and begin to compete, because we can't say that we compete. People only appreciate us when there are more Zambians that are doing business. Because foreigners who have no option but to go to a Zambia. If there are 50 people that are doing, Zambians people are doing a certain business, and there are 2 foreigners, definitely more shops will be accumulated for Zambians. So more people need to step up and begin to venture into business. What it is that we need to move the mindset from just getting a paper for you to be employed. You need to get that paper for you to start managing your own business. Because that's what we are calling economical freedom. We are coming from political freedom, so we need to move now. Our next step to begin to think that when I get a paper, it's not to go and get employed, work until I become a manager, a CEO. That time you die as a CEO. Maybe you won't even reach that level, you die. Yet within yourself you feel that you have got potential to make decisions. Why can't you take that energy to your own business? Whilst you're still working, you grow your business bit by bit, you learn the mistakes now. Then when you grow it, until you reach a certain stage, you begin to move solo. Like I'm giving an example, a friend of mine in Livingstone is running his own business now, and he's doing fine. Yes, he's not doing fine to the level that you can say he has got a mansion, a big car, but he's happy because now whatever he's putting his effort is for his own money. It's not that you wait for a fixed salary, maybe 1,000 every month, yet you are putting in more effort. We need to understand that Zambia, we need to grow and man up a lot. We need to improve on quality. We need also to invest in more knowledge, acquire more knowledge in what you want to do. Like I'm saying, that guy was working for a certain company, and then he learned the skill. He understood the customers, and he took advantage and started his own business. And he was trying to partner with me because he saw that the capital was not enough. So it's coming back to same. If you see that you are not, the capital is not enough, find someone you can mingle with and begin to grow your business.
Yeah.
I don't know that Safari business, but he knows. But I'm giving him support,
Yes.
either financially or whatever means. So through that, he's able to grow. So it's what you know. I was also giving an example. A certain businessman is running a hospital, but he's not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that we need to restrict our minds to whatever we know. We can broaden our thinking and adapt.
Okay. So lastly, the saying of us Zambians, we do not like to support one another because we feel like if I'm going to support this person, she'll probably be better than me, and
Yeah.
I'll still be, how, I don't even know how to ask this question, but what is your thought on that? Have you noticed anything like that?
Yeah, competition is there. I think that's one of the reasons why we don't want to support fellow Zambians. We feel like if I do this, the other guy will feel better.
He'll
Well,
make it.
Yeah, you make it, and
Before me.
yes, but we need to celebrate our friends' victories because we know that when he's victorious, definitely any human being will not forget you.
Yes.
Definitely, I will pass maybe in a big car or in a fancy house, but when I pass, something will click to say, but Rhoda, I was with her that time. Fortress, I was with her that time. So you need to understand the people that you're trying to partner with.
Yeah.
And know that we are on the same level, we are thinking the same direction. Even with friends are better than someone you meet on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to break that mentality, but it all starts when we talk a lot about it. Maybe people don't know, or they know but they harbor it in when the more we speak about it like we are talking about it, people realize that no, we need to celebrate one another. We need to acknowledge that we need to grow as a nation.
Indeed.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask?
Well, I just wanted to ask him about Africa's Freedom Day celebrations yesterday. Now, do you think us as Africans, I know it's a whole conversation, but do you think as Africans we are financially
In
liberated?
conclusion.
In conclusion.
In conclusion, I think there is a lot that we need to do. There's a big gap. For me, I've seen coronavirus as an opportunity for
Yeah.
Africans to develop themselves, because statistically, in the aviation industry, there are more people who have lost jobs, the pilots,
Yeah.
because there is a reduction in plane flying out or coming to Africa. The Europeans are viewing Africa as a disaster, or maybe a breeding zone for coronavirus. So they're not coming to Zambia. They
Yeah.
are not coming to Africa for tourism. That's why the tourism sector is going down. But it's us now. We need to take this opportunity to say, because of this, let's begin to build. Let's take up industry sector. Let's take up on the agriculture sector. Let's take up on whatever we can do. You can start. I know a friend of mine is a nurse, a male nurse. He started his business just within his own compound. He started growing tomatoes, started growing from there. He took it to the other farm. So he didn't look at buying a land. He took advantage of the space. There's also another guy I know in Ndola. He's a friend. He has got a plot. He's staying on one plot, one house. The other side is growing tomatoes. And his company is affected because of corona. But because of that, he's sustaining. He's getting about 6,000 every time he reaps the harvest for tomatoes. So 6,000 is much better than you going for work. So he's using the land. So what it is, it's what you take advantage of. So there are people that are, to coronavirus, it's an opportunity for them to make money, because the foreigners are not bringing more goods in Zambia. So they want to take up that advantage. To others who still complain, but it's up to your mindset to say, okay, what is it I can do as a Zambian? They begin to man up, begin to go into any business. Make sure vigorously work hard and put more effort in it. Definitely one day to pay off.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Barry, for coming through to our breakfast show today.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so the conversation still goes on. Make sure that you call us or text us on the number 0955 5016. We'll be back shortly after the break.
Life is precious, and to achieve a good life, one needs to look after their health. Tune to QTV every Friday at 16 hours for your health talk with Nelson.
QTV on Zuku Channel 44 and Channel 20 on Movie Platform.